Along with most of Formula One, we were anticipating a Lewis Hamilton victory here in Hungary. Then we were feeling pretty confident about a Felipe Massa win for Ferrari, but Massa blew up just a couple of laps from the finish. Lewis Hamilton hampered by a poor start and a tyre blowout. And it's Heikki Kovalainen who inherits the win. His first victory for McLaren ahead of Timo Glock, who was absolutely heroic on behalf of Toyota. Kimi Räikkönen gets on the podium despite showing poor form in qualifying for Ferrari. Then Alonso, Hamilton with vital points that keeps him on top of the Drivers' Championship. Piquet, Trulli and Kubica complete those point scorers. And it's not only Hamilton still on top, it's Hamilton extending his lead to 5 points over Kimi Räikkönen, now in second place in that Drivers' Championship, Massa third. So it turned out, in the end, to be a decent sort of a day for Lewis Hamilton, strange day. And we can get his reaction with Louise.
Well, Lewis, that looked for a while like a race that was going horribly wrong for you, but I guess in the context of the championship at the end of the day, not too bad a result.
No, I think I salvaged the best of the worst, I guess. You know, what can I do when you have a puncher? That's probably, last year I probably lost the championship on punchers, so it's nothing new to me.
What were your feelings at the start when you saw Felipe come past?
A little bit disappointed with the fact that I let him past, but he just did a better job. He got a better run on me, and it was better to play it safe than sorry.
They seem to actually have the pace of you, the Ferraris, today in the race. Was that a surprise to you?
No, it wasn't a surprise. I think for sure it was a surprise that we weren't as quick as we should have been. And for whatever reason, I was just struggling when I was behind Felipe. I was quicker at the beginning, but then I just struggled with the tyres. And I think at the end, I had something wrong with my car after the flat spot.
Any warning of that puncher?
No, I'm lucky it just went in turn one. And the car started pulling to the left every now and then, and I was thinking maybe something was wrong, but I never knew it was a puncher.
And you had to do an incredibly long stint on the soft tyre at the end. Was that a concern?
Yeah, for sure. But fortunately, I managed to pull it off and score as many points as I can. And it's nowhere near as bad as it could be. We could have Felipe and Kimi right at the front. But fortunately for me, congratulations to Heikki. He did a fantastic job. Really happy for him. And also there was Glock, which is second. So taking points away from everyone else, which is good.
Well done.
Yes, McLaren leave here with a Heikki Kovalainen victory to celebrate, but a great deal to think about. The advantage seems to have gone.
A race full of surprises, I must admit, and surprises right from the beginning, but very difficult for Hamilton in many ways because of the pace of his car. He must be disappointed with that. But you've got to say, look at the start here. Massa had a fantastic start, great traction off the line there. And this start is almost Hamilton-like, I would say. He just tucks himself in, puts himself across the bows of Hamilton. He's actually very fair, gives Lewis plenty of room, but very aggressive, as aggressive as I've ever seen Massa do a start.
And the surprise from that point on was the manner in which Massa was able to maintain that cushion, just keep him at bay.
Well, Friday we saw the Ferrari do a long run and it was very consistent and it was running in the 22s all the time, and I have to say it's almost like they hidden their race pace. They couldn't quite get it together for that one lap in qualifying, but when they came to this race, God, he was very, very quick indeed.
But why was Massa so quick and Räikkönen struggling?
Well, it's a strange one. Räikkönen actually was very fast at the end of the race, and it was almost like he was just trying to get together with his car. It came to him and he seemed to have some balance left there, but a bit of a struggle and a bit of a frustrating time for Ferrari in general.
Lewis was always struggling, it seemed, for race victory. Then came that puncture and he did well to salvage what he did.
Yeah, very fortunate in some ways because it happened in a place where he could hold on to it, and the situation is there. He's got the puncture, he's picked up on it, he's managed to nurse the car back home and get another set of tyres on. The downside of that is he had to do a very long stint on the soft set of tyres, which he managed to cope with, but very fortunate here that it didn't run him off the road into a little bit more of a problem, and very costly, but he salvaged it.
You have to say that Massa deserved the win so much. This was heartbreaking.
I have to say that Massa had an outstanding day today. Fantastic drive, never put a foot wrong, fantastic pace, and to be let down by the car like that's going to be very frustrating for him. And I think this is a day that he could have actually put himself in contention for the World Championship, and it's been thrown away.
But he gave the win to Kovalainen, and a huge boost for him, huge boost for Timo Glock as well. Brilliant drive.
Kovalainen, very lucky boy in many respects, but he drove the race and he was there all the time and he picked up there. Glock, I think, outstanding. I'm very impressed with him today, and very impressed with Toyota. They do look like a team now with pace, and they've made huge amounts of progress.
How do you now read the rest of the season? We've got a 3-week gap to the next race. What's the work that needs to be done?
Well, it's very difficult now because they're testing ban. None of the teams and the cars can go out there and putting more miles on, so more development done back at home at the factories. But you have to say that I'm looking at Ferrari now. They look like they're on race pace for the McLarens, or McLarens are slightly faltering. Kovalainen boosted his confidence with that win, and Glock and Toyota have got to come back now saying we can do it all over again.
It's going to be a heck of a battle this second half of the season, isn't it?
I'm looking forward to it, but I think a great hope now for Lewis Hamilton. He's edged out a little bit more in the championship lead. He's got to be thinking it's in contention.
Thanks very much, Mark. We've got highlights and we've got more reaction a little bit later this evening, but let's just remind you once again that our next live Formula One action is 3 weeks away, and it's the European Grand Prix at the new venue, the street circuit of Valencia. We'll have qualifying live on Saturday lunchtime and the race live at 12 noon in 3 weeks' time, Sunday the 24th of August. And we head to Valencia after an extraordinary race here. It looked odds-on a victory for Lewis Hamilton. He leaves with just 5 points, but he leaves with the World Championship lead. Heikki Kovalainen leaves here as a race winner, though. Bye-bye.